in the community how much time is spent in King's Pass, especially because you reset somewhere and then you're a little bit tilted, and then like a Vengefly isn't where you want them or something, and then you just end up cycling in King's Pass,
Yeah.
which is fantastic.
I've seen runners look at the position of the first Vengefly and reset.
I'm definitely guilty of similar things.
Yeah, for
Um,
sure. It's like zero 0.2 time loss, but it's so early in the run.
yeah. So the time investment, you haven't sunk that much cost into it, so you can just reset without feeling too bad about it.
Yeah, exactly. Sort of, if everyone played to the category they hold their King's Passes, there wouldn't be anyone with this time higher than a 34.
Mhm.
But King's Pass 2, and everything seems to be going pretty smoothly. JB getting a pretty bad Vengefly position, but we don't have the luxury of resetting. Actually, Etimo's was really bad, but made good work of sort of making it work for him.
Looks like Etimo and Hyperion got that soft fall, so they might be a little bit ahead after that, but doesn't save too much time. As we mentioned earlier, this is pretty optimized, so we are really kind of grasping for these like 0.2 to 0.5 second time saves.
Yeah, so the runners with a bit slower King's Passes this time. The first time through, there were a couple of 57s. Now the fastest was 59 from Etimo and slaurent, but not huge differences. And like I said, there's so much RNG time loss and time save potential in Grozmother and Morlek, and normally these runners kind of just deal with that by you're under 8 minutes in. If you get bad luck, you just reset, but obviously they don't have this luxury, so it'll be interesting to see who can kind of adapt to the bad RNG that normally they probably just reset on.
Yeah, so one of the first things we're seeing here is going to be a pretty cool Vengefly pogo to get this first grub. They're going to be collecting, I believe, 5 grubs throughout the course of the run to get one of their mask shards. I don't think it. Well, I can't really say what's intended and what isn't, but definitely not something that people catch on their casual playthroughs. Is getting that grub without any movement.
Yeah, for sure. Glitchy taking some time to heal there because they got knocked down to 2 health, so they probably will be losing a fair bit of time there. We can see leaving the Brooding Morlek fight what time everyone's on, and that'll sort of be our first big milestone.
And this is another fight that, or one of the fights that I think most people leave in their casual playthrough for a lot later, until at least they have dash, if not maybe just with fireball. But I know me personally in my casual playthrough, I left this for a very long time until I had even nail upgrades and stuff. So this isn't these runners are going to make this look easy, but this fight is not easy.
Yeah, sort of there's projectiles going everywhere, and Brooding Morlek has 300 health, so it's 60 nail hits as our nail does 5 damage. So that's quite a long fight, and to be trying to get those sort of optimal damage rotations in, you're going to be playing it quite risky.
And speaking of playing it quite risky, Glitchy being at 1 health, they had to heal in the corner there. We'll make it through the fight. Everybody getting through on first try, which is fantastic.
Something to note though, Glitchy leaving on 4 health, and there is a lot of damage tanks coming up if for optimal sort of route. So that could really come back to bite them. And this drop here that slaurent and Etimo are about to do, whether you get a hard fall here is RNG, so they both got it. JB got the soft fall though. I didn't see what Glitchy got.
So we're going to be seeing the first of these damage tanks falling into acid here. That will spawn you all the way at the start of the room, and with no movement, that's a big deal. So being able to pull off these hazard respawns is something that's going to save our runners a lot of time.
Yep, and all 4 runners getting it, which is probably about what you expect, but always good to see in a marathon setting. And clean double spike from JB. And looks like everybody got that. So it's actually a bit easier on current patch, but still obviously something that you can mess up. And now go Maroon. So we'll see the Vengefly pogo. Hopefully everyone's Vengefly survives.
Yeah, and that is definitely not something that's intended, kind of wrangling that Vengefly through those gomes. Definitely a frustrating trick, because if that Vengefly touches any of those gomes, it goes kaboom, and you have to reset the room.
Yeah.
So everybody getting that for tries.
Slaurent getting hit there on one of the gomes trying to make a pretty tight cycle, so that'll lose them a few seconds. JB seems to be quite convincingly ahead at the moment, so they're at a 507 going into that drop there. And then we've got Etimo coming in at about 517, 518.
Yeah, so
523 for Glitchy. Yeah, for Marsh Shards especially, JB has just been playing really consistently. 1 health though. Hopefully he doesn't get
spooky.
Yeah. All right, there we go. So I can heal to full now.
I saw Gruzmother swooping in, and then I saw the kind of like freeze frames, and I was like, oh god, who was taking the death there? Was it Gruzmother or was it JB?
Oh, that's a different cleanup strat. Oh, that's really clean.
A really clean cleanup.
Clean squared.
Looks like everybody's making it through the fight quite okay. Gotta go down and talk to Sly real quick. And then that's almost the whole run. We've got to collect a couple more grubs, go say hi to Sly and Grubfather, and those are your 4 mask shards.
Yeah, so something to note, there's a trick coming up here I'm not sure if they'll go for, but you can do a inventory drop into the spikes here to get earlier control. I wonder if they'll go for it. No. So the issue with that one, I think sometimes it sends you out of bounds. It might be RNG, it might be consistent, but probably not something they're willing to do in a marathon setting.
Just casually invalidate their marathon run.
Yeah.
All right, so the next 2 grubs we have left, we have that 1 spike grub we just saw. We have one where we break this wall here. Kind of got to get past these aspids to break the jar on that one. And then we have the one that's hiding behind one of the big kind of false knight-esque enemies. I don't even remember what those are called.
Etimo having some problems there, getting that climb up to the lever. So on 2 health, if they misjudge their husk guard sort of positioning, they could very well get bonked and die, since it does do 2 damage with the mace attack. So they're going to heal smart.
So Hyperion on the way here to Grubfather. It's going to get the Geo from that, as well as that 1 mask shard, and then it's just going to be a quick save quit back to Sly to get the final mask shard. That Gruz are not playing nice.
And yeah, so JB just mowing Grubfather's lawn for him while he waits for his Marsh Shard. It's nice, you know, like I said, the community is really nice, even looking out for sort of the elderly members. Doing things like mowing their lawns. And yeah, as Locus said, we're basically at the end now. JB time will be coming up for him very shortly.
One thing to note as well is, if you haven't seen these runs, these save quits we use just to kind of like travel around to our most recent bench. And because we're using a loadless timer, those will stop the timer as well. So they're a good way to kind of like move around in the speedrun format.
Yep, so JB finishing with an 8:15, which is a really solid time for a no reset. As I said, it's such a RNG heavy category, so to sort of hit that is really impressive. And really close between Etimo and Slaurent, but Slaurent just taking it. So it'll be JB followed by Glitchy, followed by Slaurent and Etimo.
And it looks like our runners pretty honorable. All going to talk to Elderbug as well after the end. Oh, except for Etimo. But
Yep.
he gets
So
some love every once in